Let's be real. Buying your first home is a massive milestone. It's probably the single biggest financial transaction of your entire life. Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're going to act as your financially savvy best friend and guide you step by step through the whole journey. We're going to cut right through all that confusing jargon and give you the exact tools you need to approach the UK property market with absolute confidence. Let's get right into it. Okay, so let's dive into this pretty jarring number right off the bat. Global data from platforms like Zillow shows that the hidden cost of homeownership can easily top $15,000 a year. Here in the UK, that translates to thousands of pounds in extras. Think stamp duty, council tax, and, just generally rising maintenance costs. Honestly, knowing this full financial picture from day one is exactly what separates a super stressed buyer from a totally empowered homeowner.
Which brings us to step one, setting your home buying budget.
To figure out what you can actually afford, we need to look at how a lender views you, and they use something called the debt-to-income ratio, or DTI. Now, don't let the financial jargon panic you. It's actually really simple. It just means checking if you have enough room in your monthly budget to comfortably handle a mortgage payment right on top of your existing bills. In the UK, lenders usually combine this with income multiples to figure out your true borrowing power.
So, the golden rule here? Lenders generally want to see your total monthly debt payments, and yes, that includes your shiny new mortgage, stay at or below 40% of your gross income. Keeping this ratio low is absolutely crucial. It makes it so much easier to qualify, and honestly, it can unlock way better interest rates, which is going to save you an absolute fortune over the lifespan of your loan.
All right, moving on to the next major hurdle, saving for the deposit.
Look, there's this really pervasive myth out there that you need a massive pile of cash just to buy a house. That simply isn't true. While traditional loans might ask for 10 to 20%, there are plenty of options, including government-backed schemes, that allow first-time buyers to put down as little as 5%, sometimes even less, depending on your specific circumstances. Let's put that into perspective with some real-life math. While you might hear about standard U.S. loan tiers like FHA, the exact same logic applies here in the UK. If you're looking at a property valued at $200,000, a 5% deposit means you only need to save $10,000 out of pocket. See? When you break down the actual math, homeownership suddenly feels a whole lot closer, doesn't it?
Now, let's talk about the power of pre-approval.
You might feel ready to start browsing listings, but there is a massive difference between getting a casual estimate and getting an official green light. In the UK, that definitive pre-approval is called an agreement in principle, or an AIP. To get one, it involves a hard credit check where they actually verify your documents. Having that official AIP in hand proves to estate agents and sellers that you mean business and you are a seriously qualified buyer.
Okay, next up, let's uncover those hidden costs.
So, beyond your basic mortgage payments, you absolutely have to budget for the extras. This breakdown highlights the big three: property taxes, home insurance, and maintenance. And let me tell you, maintenance is usually the biggest shock for new buyers. You're going to need a cash buffer for everything from routine boiler servicing to, suddenly finding out your roof needs a massive repair. It happens.
Also, if you use a low deposit option, like putting down less than 20%, you're usually going to face some extra costs. You might hear this referred to as private mortgage insurance, or PMI. In the UK, lenders might charge a higher lending fee, or they'll simply offer you a slightly higher interest rate to offset their risk. But here's the good news. Once you build up enough equity in the home, you can remortgage to way better rates.
Oh, and whatever you do, please do not forget the final fees. While they're often lumped together as closing costs, here in the UK, we're really talking about solicitor fees, local searches, property valuations, and potentially stamp duty. As a rule of thumb, you generally need to save an extra 2 to 5% of your total loan amount in cash just to finalize all the paperwork.
Let's wrap up with a big one: avoiding common buyer mistakes.
Once your offer is accepted, your financial picture needs to stay completely frozen in time. I literally cannot stress this enough. Do not finance a new car, do not open a new credit card just to buy nice furniture, and definitely do not change jobs. Actually, doing any of these alters your affordability profile, and it can cause your mortgage offer to be completely revoked right before you exchange and complete. It's a total nightmare, so just play it safe.
Finally, remember that the process doesn't just end the day you get the keys. You need to think 3 to 5 years down the line. In the UK, most buyers are on fixed-rate mortgage terms that will eventually expire, right? So you need to actively plan for when that fix ends. Are you positioned to remortgage to a better rate? Treating your home as a financial stepping stone is exactly how you build true long-term wealth.
The home buying journey definitely takes preparation,
But you absolutely have got this. You now know all about the hidden costs, the real importance of affordability, and how to avoid those devastating late-stage mistakes. So I'll leave you with this. Have you assessed your financial house yet? Take a hard look at your budget today, reach out to a trusted mortgage broker, and ask yourself, who are you going to call to start your agreement in principle and finally take that first step towards your